The following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, home of the great games. Tonight we conclude Week 14 and the last week of the 2021 WFL regular season, and there is a playoff spot on the line tonight. Southern Division matchup between the Houston Roughnecks and the Tampa Bay Bandits, both with identical 7-6 records. But as I said, there is a playoff spot on the line. So we welcome you to Raymond James Stadium here on a mid-December night. It's warm, 80 degrees, no wind. And this is the situation heading into tonight's game for the Houston Roughnecks. So as you can see, the games that have been played earlier today, we had a lot of clinching divisions. St. Louis claiming the Central Division over Memphis. Las Vegas in a head-to-head tiebreaker has won the Pacific Division, and Toronto, in a surprise move, takes the Metropolitan Division. But here's what's at stake. Houston needing a win, and by winning will take the playoff spot, the fourth playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, and that will knock out the Philadelphia Blitz. Philadelphia won today at Washington. If Tampa Bay defeats Houston, Philadelphia will then gain the sixth and final playoff spot, and Houston will be knocked out of the playoff race as the regular season concludes. And as you can see, here are the playoff rankings as we move in. The Western Conference is set. St. Louis is number 1, Vegas number 2. The 3 through 6 teams are Memphis, Oakland, Detroit, and Chicago. In the Eastern Conference, we know Toronto and Orlando are the top 2 seeds. London is the 3 seed. The 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds are yet to be determined. We welcome you down to the field now as we get ready for the coin toss. Houston and Tampa Bay, both identical 7-6 records. Tampa Bay already guaranteed a playoff spot. They will be in the playoffs. They do have some skin in the game here tonight. They get a win tonight, they guarantee at least a home game in the wild card rounds. There are a lot of permutations there as we move forward, but we do have a football game to play tonight. So it'll be the young rookie sensation Joe Burrow, who will be quarterbacking Houston. Has done quite well since he took over for the veteran Matt Ryan, and going against the GOAT Tom Brady. Brady leads in the quarterback rating category and is a leading candidate for Offensive Player of the Year. We go down to the field for the coin toss as it is administered by referee Sean Smith. Houston has won the toss. They have decided to receive. So as Sanders puts the ball on the tee, we are prepared to kick off to end what has been an incredible 2021 regular season, and we'll get ready to go into the playoffs. Agnew takes the short kickoff, gets a very good return, finally tackled inside Tampa territory. He'll be finally stopped at the Tampa Bay 49. Let's take a look at that Houston offense, led, as we said, by former Heisman Trophy winner, LSU national champion quarterback Joe Burrow. Running backs, Todd Gurley and Penny are the running backs. The wide receivers, Brandon Cooks and Zach Pascal. The tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Offensive lineman, Taron Armstead at left tackle, John Simpson at guard. Center will be Alex Mack. James Hurst will be at right guard. Rob Havenstein will be at the right tackle. 1st and 10, Houston in their gray road uniforms, or silver road uniforms with blue numerals, and the silver helmets, moving left to right across your screen. We'll switch to a one-back formation now. Burrow calling out the signals. Play action pass. Burrow throws, completes it to Pascal inside the 40, and finally tackled there. We already have an injury. Havenstein for Houston is going to the sidelines, and this kind of adds to the injury list. As you can imagine, late in the season, a lot of injuries. Most notable for Houston, running back Nick Chubb. He was on his way to a 1,000-yard season before succumbing to injury several weeks back. It is hoped that knee injury would not prevent him from being available for the divisional round if they so happen to get there. But they got to win tonight. So Havenstein goes out. First down, gain of 13 on the play. Let's take a look at that Tampa Bay defense. They use the 4-3 setup. Nick Bosa at the left defensive end. Ndamukong Suh, left defensive tackle. B.J. Hill at right defensive tackle. Cameron Jordan, sacks leader in the league at right defensive end. Middle linebacker will be Tremont Edmonds. Samson Ebukam is at left linebacker. Shaquille Barrett is the right linebacker. Defensive backs, Pierre Desir. He was signed this week due to some injuries that are taking place in the Tampa Bay secondary. Trey Boston at safety. He'll be joined by Quandre Diggs, and the other cornerback is Kenny Moore. 1st and 10. Houston having good field position here as they move the ball down the field. They switch to a 3 wide receiver set. Johnson's now the lone setback. Cooks, Amendola, and Pascal are the wide receivers. From the gun, Burrow back to pass, completes the second pass to Pascal at the 30. Whitehead knocks him out of bounds, gain of 7 yards. Houston on a good first opening drive, just underway here from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Another formation change. They go to a 1-back, 2 tight end formation now. Gronkowski and Njoku are the tight ends. Back to pass Burrow with time, and this one's batted down. Looks like Cameron Jordan got a glove on it. Batted down, brings up 3rd and 3. Havenstein comes back into the game for Houston. Houston coming into the day with a 13th ranked offense, averaging about 354 yards a game. Tampa Bay's defense is 8th in the league, most effective against the pass. So 3rd and 3, ball's at the Tampa Bay 29, just underway here on the regular season finale of Sunday Night Football. Houston empties out the backfield. Burrow from the shotgun. Back to pass. Pass time. Completes the pass to Cooks near the 20. Finally pushed out of bounds by Moore. Gain of 7 and good enough for a 1st down. Houston, if you're just joining us, great kickoff return by Agnew, just past midfield. And then Joe Burrow, 3 for 4 on all 4 plays so far. It's been nothing but passes. I formation now behind Burrow. Gurley is the deep back. Gurley gets the handoff. There's a flag on the play. And there was some movement before, so the call from Sean Smith, our referee, defensive encroachment on Joey Bosa. And Romeo Crennel, head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, will accept the penalty and move the ball 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5 at Tampa Bay 17. Romeo Crennel, veteran head coach, has been around the WFL, came in this season replacing Bill O'Brien. And of course, if you've been following the WFL, you're familiar with the story here in Tampa. Urban Meyer being let go recently, as of a week ago. Offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich has taken over. He was already doing the play calling capabilities for Tampa Bay, and now he's now has the interim head coach tag placed on him till the end of the season. 1st and 5. Johnson is now in at running back. Burrow with time. Completes it near side to Amendola at the 10. Finally rushed out of bounds by Desir. And it's another first down for Houston. So Houston on a terrific first drive. Couldn't start a ball game any better. Tampa Bay on their heels in this opening possession. Burrow breaks the huddle. 3 wide receivers set. Ball's at the Tampa Bay 9. First and goal, Houston. No score in our game. Burrow has the snap. Back to pass, looking far side of the end zone, and he overthrows Cooks. Cooks was double covered. Pass is incomplete. Brings up second and goal. Again, those who are just joining us, Houston needs to win tonight. Philadelphia defeated Washington earlier today by a score of 30-10. Houston gets a win. They will make the playoffs. They'll be a 4th seed. If they lose, no playoffs. Their season will end tonight if they lose. Burrow breaks the huddle. Brings the team up to the line. Gronkowski moves out to the slot. There's a exchange. That exchange between Burrow and Mack, and this leads to Burrow being sacked by Hill. So a loss of 2 moves the ball back to the Tampa Bay 11. Brings up 3rd and goal. And not how they drew that one up in the huddle, I can guarantee you that. So the first hiccup there for Houston in an otherwise very, very good first drive of the ball game. One running back behind him. Burrow has time, throws over the middle to Cooks at the 5, brought down. There's a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding against Houston, but Tampa Bay is signaling that they're going to decline the penalty. So Cooks ends up being 4 yards shy of the goal line. So Houston has decided to send out Daniel Carlson in the kicking unit. Carlson, 18 of 21 in the field goal department so far this season. Good snap, hold, kick is away, and it's good. 21-yard field goal by Daniel Carlson, and Houston scores the game's first points. They lead it 3-0. The result of a 10-play, 45-yard drive, just taking up 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Tampa Bay is set to return. Harris is the deep man. And he'll take this one 2 yards inside his own end zone, bring it out. Decent return by Harris, finally brought down at the Tampa Bay 31. So Tom Brady bringing out the Tampa Bay Bandits. Brady, as I mentioned earlier, has the league's best quarterback rating coming into tonight's game, so he'll probably win the passing title. He is also among the top 3 candidates for Offensive Player of the Year here in the WFL. We split the MVP award between offense and defense, so Brady is going to be one of the 3 candidates for offensive MVP. So he'll be the quarterback, lining up under center. The running backs, Mike Davis, and the fullback C.J. Ham. Wide receivers, Cooper Kupp and the dangerous Calvin Ridley. Tyler Higbee will be the tight end. Left tackle, Tristan Wirfs, the rookie. Drew Samia at right guard. Center will be Ryan Jensen. Right guard will be John Feliciano, and at right tackle, Robert Hunt. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay. Ball at their own 31, 11 minutes, 30 seconds to go first quarter. Houston leads 3-0. I formation behind Brady as he calls out the signals. Hand off to Davis. He's going to go right side into the line. Finally stopped by Smith at about the 38-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 3. Let's take a look at that Houston defense. Somewhat of a struggle so far this year. They rank 17th overall. Using the 4-3, Dwayne Smoot is at left defensive end. Amani Bledsoe's at the left defensive tackle. For Lorenzo Fatukasi is the right defensive tackle. Jerry Hughes, right defensive end. Middle linebacker, Tyrell Adams. He'll be flanked by Jalen Smith and Matt Milano. The defensive backs, Desmond King II, Duron Harmon. The deep back, Darian Thompson and Trayvon Mullen. So 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the I formation. Davis is the deep back. Brady pitches to Davis. Sweeps to the left side. Doesn't get much. In fact, Hughes brings Davis down right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain for Mike Davis. Brings up 3rd and 3. Empty backfield behind Brady. Four wide receivers set. Man in motion. Brady with time. Fires deep down the field, intended for Cup, but the pass is incomplete. Brady and Cup not on the same page there, so Tampa Bay goes 3 and out on their first possession, and they'll be forced to punt. J.K. Scott's the punter. He has had 4 punts blocked this season so far. That was an interesting statistic I noticed in preparing for the game. Agnew will be back to receive. Agnew's kind of the all-return man, both on kicks and punts for Houston. Scott gets away a good punt. Agnew pedals back to his own 10-yard line. Finally spun down at about the Houston 24. So Houston will trot out for their second possession. Again, they'll be led by Joe Burrow. Burrow so far on the season, 121 completions on 195 attempts, 1,153 yards, 9 touchdowns, just the 1 interception. He replaced Matt Ryan, the veteran Matt Ryan, late in the season, and has had the Roughnecks on a run, which has led them to this point of being on the verge of qualifying for the playoffs. I formation behind Burrow. Gurley, veteran running back, who's now running in place of Nick Chubb. He gets the handoff off tackle right, inside the line. Finally spun down by Ebukam at the 27. Gain of 3 yards. Nick Chubb was well on his way to a 1,000-yard season. In fact, he had 866 yards, had 10 touchdowns before the knee injury happened. Houston is hopeful, though, if the Roughnecks do make the playoffs, that Chubb would be available somewhere around the divisional round. So that is the hope. But Houston has to win tonight, though. Johnson comes in at running back now. Burrow will shift to the shotgun. Three wide receiver set. Burrow back to pass. Fires over the middle and incomplete. Cook slipped up for it and couldn't make the catch. So incomplete, can't come down with it. Brings up 3rd and 7 for Houston. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Feel free to leave us your comments and thoughts about tonight's game or anything about the WFL. I'd be more than happy to share that with you. Empty backfield now behind Burrow. On 3rd and 7. Just under 9 minutes to go here. First quarter, Houston leads at 3-0. Man in motion. Burrow drifts to his right to avoid pressure, tries to throw it over to Gronkowski, but Gronkowski gets tangled up with Diggs and the pass is incomplete. So it brings up 4th down in a punting situation. And out to punt for Houston will be Logan Cook. And back to receive the punt for Tampa Bay, Hunter Renfrow. Cook gets the punt away. Renfrow backtracking to his own 20, signals fair catch. They will mark the ball at the Tampa Bay 22. 8:50 to go here in the first quarter. Tampa Bay trailing 3-0 to the Houston Roughnecks. As we mentioned in our opener, Tampa Bay has qualified for the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs, so it's just a matter of seeding. If Tampa Bay wins, they will take the 4th seed. They will be here. In fact, if they win, they would be hosting the New York Generals, whom they played earlier this season on Monday Night Football. Those of you that might remember that far back. And then there's a scenario. This is a wild scenario. These two teams that are playing here tonight, if Houston holds on to win, these two teams will be playing each other again next week. But it would be at Energy Stadium in Houston. Tampa would be traveling to Houston. Tampa, in that case, would be the 5 seed, and Houston would be the 4 seed. So some interesting scenarios here. I have slides ready for both instances, how the playoffs would look, which we'll look at a little bit later. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay, starting from their own 22. Tampa Bay's in their home red uniforms, black numerals, silver helmets. They're moving right to left across your screen. I formation behind Brady. Davis is the deep back. Davis off tackle left. He's met behind the line by Adams. Running game has been a concern for Tampa Bay. They rank dead last in the running category. They only average about 82 yards per game. We haven't seen Leonard Fournette yet. He's usually the go-to guy for Tampa Bay. So we might be seeing him at some point. Tampa Bay will go to a 3 wide receiver set now. Brady will shift to the pistol. Davis the lone setback. Brady back to pass. Over the middle. Completes to Ridley at the 25. Finally brought down by Mullen. Gain of 7 brings up 3rd and 4. Ridley in that game against London here last week had a terrific game. 7 receptions, 122 yards, and a touchdown. And that demolishing of London. The final score in that game was 41-28. Also, Houston and Tampa Bay played each other back in week 5. Tampa Bay won 34-19 in that earlier contest. 3rd and 4 now for Tampa Bay. Empty backfield behind Brady. Man in motion. Brady back to pass. Completes Ridley at the 32. And tackled by King. 1st down. They'll mark the ball at the Tampa Bay 35. 7:17 to go first quarter. Tampa Bay converts a 3rd down here. Davis back in the game at running back. Tampa Bay trying to establish a run here. And the old adage is you need to be able to run during the playoffs. Davis will go to the right side, maybe gets a yard. Fatukasi with the tackle. I've been working on that, in case you haven't noticed. we had Houston in a game the other week, and I was struggling with that name, so I've worked on it. So hope that shows. Leonard Fournette enters the game now for Davis. He'll be the deep back. On 2nd and 9 from the Tampa Bay 36. Fournette gets the call near the 40 before finally being brought down. We do have an injured Houston player. King was cradling his hand there. He did something with one of his fingers there. Gain of 5 for Leonard Fournette brings up 3rd and 4. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Brady breaks the huddle. Empty backfield behind him. 4 wide receiver set. Brady looking to go long. Completes to Ridley at the Houston 35. Finally brought down by Smith at the Houston 21. A gain of 38 yards. Brady going deep and tearing open the top of that defense. Let's take a look at that one again. Great play there by the Tampa Bay offense. Ball will be placed to the Houston 21. Davis back in at running back. Brady changing the call at the line. Play action to Davis. Brady back to pass. And this one gets knocked down. And there's another injury for Houston. Fatu Kasi. I was just getting used to saying his name, and now he's out of the game with an injury. So another injury on the defensive end. Lots of injuries there, particularly in the defensive backfield. Ward and Jackson, Hooker, all out. All hope to be available if Houston can make a playoff run. One thing Tampa Bay in our pregame interviews talked about is taking advantage of some of the inexperience of the Houston secondary that they were going to be putting out there for tonight's game. 2nd and 10. Brady will shift to the gun. Davis is the lone setback. Draw play to Davis. He gets to the 20. Finally brought down by Burris at the 16. A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and 5. Late in the first quarter, Houston leads it 3-0, but Tampa Bay on their first promising drive of the night. They'll go empty. Tampa Bay will go empty backfield on 3rd and 5. Brady back to pass. Fires toward Renfro, and that's nearly picked off by Harmon. Harmon tried to jump the route there, nearly made the interception, but couldn't come away with it. So offense heads to the sidelines, and it will be field goal time for Jason Sanders. So far in the year, Jason Sanders, a perfect 22 of 22 in the field goal department. He's going to try to tie the game up here late in the first quarter. And the kick is through. It's good. And we have a tie game. Houston 3, Tampa Bay 3. Sanders' 33-yard field goal comes after a 10-play, 62-yard drive, taking up just 4.5 minutes. Agnew is back deep for Houston now. Sanders prepares to kick it off the tee. Agnew gets the short kickoff, takes it from his own 1. Finally brought down at the 20 by Tampa Bay. Joe Burrow brings out the Houston offense once again. 4:05 to go here. First quarter, we're tied up at 3. Gurley's the lone setback. 2 tight end formation for Houston. Burrow back to pass. Screen to Gurley. And he's tackled in the backfield by Ebucam. Loss of 3 yards. Defense was waiting for that. Again, Tampa Bay good against the pass. 8th overall in the league. Houston, they've been working on that. They're 14th in the league on passing offense. They'll stay with the 2 tight end formation on 2nd and 13. Burrow back to pass. Fires over the middle. Gronkowski is complete. He catches it between 2 Tampa Bay defenders and finally hauled down by Diggs. Gain of 6 yards brings up 3rd and 7. Gronkowski making his first catch of the night. It brings up 3rd and 7. Burrow breaks the huddle. Empty backfield behind him. 4 wide receivers set. Burrow back to pass, drifting right to avoid the rush. Completes a short pass to Gronkowski. And once again, tackled by Diggs, but it's going to be 3 yards shy of the first down. And it brings up another punting situation for Houston. So 3 and out for the Roughnecks. Logan back to punt. Renfro standing at his own 35 to receive. Renfro catches the ball, fair catches the ball at his own 23. Minute 57 to go here, first quarter. We are tied at 3 apiece here at Raymond James Stadium. It's a warm December night, 80 degrees, no wind, clear night here in mid-December, December 12th, 2021. Brady breaks the huddle, I formation behind him as they set up. Davis, off tackle right, gets to about the 25. Milano brings him down at the 29, gain of 6. Davis so far on the night, 6 carries, 18 yards. Brady, 3 of 6 for 52 yards in the passing department. They'll stay with the I formation. Pitch left to Davis. Looking for room. Gets the first down. He's past the 35. Adams brings him down at the 39. First and 10, Tampa Bay. 63 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Our season finale of Sunday Night Football. Week 14, the last game of the schedule. Number 140. Before we move on to the playoffs. Davis will stay in at running back. Brady changing the line. Play action to Davis. Brady with time across the middle to Cup at the midfield logo, and he's got a first down, as that will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Brady with an amazing game last week, 381 yards against London. He was 26 of 39, 4 touchdown passes. And that indeed is the last play of the first quarter. We're tied up 3 apiece here in Tampa on Sunday Night Football. Just a reminder, we do have playoffs coming up next week. And the way it's going to look, let's say Houston wins tonight. All right. So if Houston wins tonight, this will be how wild card weekend will shape up. Saturday will open with Tampa Bay and Houston playing each other again. This time it'll be at Energy Stadium in Houston. And then the late game will see the Chicago Fire, the resurgent Chicago Fire, who ended the season on a 5-game win streak. They will be paying a visit to fellow Central Division rival, the Memphis Express. And then Sunday, December 19th, if Houston were to hold on to win, we would see the New York Generals travel to London to take on the London Knights. And, of course, the late game will be the Detroit Wheels at the Oakland Invaders. Okay, so that's if Houston wins. So let's take a look now if Tampa Bay wins. If Tampa Bay wins, then it will be on Saturday, the early game, New York Generals at the Tampa Bay Bandits. You'll notice the Western Conference matchups stay the same. Just the Eastern ones that change. If Houston loses, it means Philadelphia makes the playoffs. It would be Philadelphia getting on the 747, heading across the Atlantic, taking on London. So that would be the only change there. Got it? Okay, good. All right, so that's the playoff setup, but we'll have more information. We'll know more as we progress through the evening. We're 1 quarter in. It's been a very even matchup. Not a lot of offense. Both teams under 100 yards so far. Tied up at 3. Slight bit of advantage to Tampa Bay. They have a slight advantage in the time of possession and yardage gained overall. So where we last left off, Tampa Bay with the ball, first and 10, ball spotted right at the midfield logo as we begin quarter number 2 in this game. Brady will line up in the pistol. Back to pass. Looking for Higbee, but the pass is deflected by Gardner Johnson. So pass is incomplete. By the way, on those playoff games, all of our playoff games will be available on the Replay Sports channel. So make sure if you have not signed up, please do. You can watch it live, or you can watch it on I guess they used to call it tape delay, but I guess on demand is the word now that they use. All right, brings up 2nd and 10, just underway here, second quarter. Davis, the lone setback, behind Brady. Draw play to Davis. He's inside Houston territory. Finally whipped down by Harmon at the Houston 42. Gain of 8. Be 3rd and short coming up for the Tampa Bay Bandits. They'll move to an empty backfield for this play. Higbee's going to move over into the slot. Brady calling out the play. Back to pass. He's under rush. Completes a short pass to Higbee. Higbee gets across the first down marker. Tackled by Gardner Johnson. So gain of 5 yards. Brady, really the first big rush Houston's gotten on Brady all evening. But Brady was able to dump off there to Higbee. And Higbee gets the first down. So 1st and 10, balls at the Houston 37. 13:57 left until halftime. Davis, the lone setback, 2 tight end formation now for the Bandits. Brady throws a screen over to Davis, but he's hit immediately by Milano in the backfield, so a loss of 3 yards. Tampa Bay going more to a short passing game tonight than we saw last week against London. They were not afraid to go deep against London. Davis remains in at running back. 3 wide receivers set for Brady on 2nd and 13. Brady with time over the middle to Higbee at the 35. Flag on the play. Higbee's finally tackled down at the 30, but this one is coming back. Legal shift on Cooper Kupp on Tampa Bay, so they're going to move the ball 5 yards back to the Houston 45. Brings up 2nd and 18. So far in the night, Tampa Bay's been penalized twice for 10 yards. Houston has yet to be penalized. Bandits getting backed up. Brady. Screen pass to Davis at 45, 40, 35. Finally brought down by Milano at the 33. Picks up 12 yards. And it'll bring up a manageable 3rd and 6 from the Houston 33. Very much like a chess match here tonight. Almost like a playoff game. Second time these two teams have played each other. They could be playing each other again next weekend. That could be in the back of the minds of Houston coach Romeo Cornell and Tampa Bay's coach Byron Leftwich. We might be seeing each other again, so we don't want to show the stuff we want to show in the playoffs. So you never know. Again, Tampa Bay is going to make the playoffs regardless of the result tonight. Houston is the one who needs the win. Tampa Bay will empty out the backfield here on 3rd and 6. Brady, with time, completes it near side to Kupp at the 30. He's brought down immediately by Burris, so he'll be short of the first down marker. He's 2 yards shy. Brady's looking over at Leftwich, and Leftwich is going to let the offense stay out on the field. So Tampa Bay, 4th and 2, by all appearances are going to go for it. One personnel change that they will make is bringing in Leonard Fournette. Very much a short yardage specialist, more so than Mike Davis is. Fournette, the deep back in the I formation. Is this an attempt to draw Houston offsides or legitimately going for the first down? motion. Fournette gets the call. He's close to the line. And he gets it by the nose of the football. Hughes was the one who tackled him at the 26. It is a first down. First down, Tampa Bay. Ball be placed at the Houston 26. Just under 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 11th play of the drive for the Tampa Bay Bandits. Brady lining up under center. Davis the lone setback. Play action. Brady's going to look long. Completes it to McLaurin inside the 10, the 5, touchdown. Terry McLaurin gets tonight's first touchdown. Brady, that's his 38th touchdown of the season. And the Bandits open up a 9-3 lead pending the point after attempt. We'll take a look at that one again. Great pass connection there between Brady and McLaurin. Sanders comes out for the point after. It's good. And Tampa Bay has a 10-3 lead over the Houston Roughnecks. A lengthy drive there. 11 plays, 77 yards, consuming 6 minutes, 46 seconds. Brady throwing his 38th touchdown of the season. Could hit 40 by the time the night's over. Agnew back to receive the kickoff. And this one's going to be a deep one out and through the end zone for a touchback. Houston will begin business at their own 20 with 10-11 to go here. Second quarter, they trail 10-3. Joe Burrow so far on the night, 8 of 12 for 49 yards. Houston's only run the ball one time so far tonight. One rushing attempt for 3 yards. Burrow back in the pistol to start this drive. They've had 2 3-and-outs in their last 2 possessions. Cooks, Amendola, and Pascal are the 3 wide receivers. Burrow back to pass. Quick throw over to Pascal at the 25. Tackled by Whitehead. 6-yard gain brings up 2nd and 4. Ball will be placed at the Houston 26. They're going to stick with that 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end setup. Burrow calling out the signal. Gronkowski moves to the slot. Back to pass. Throws underneath to Johnson. So check down to the backup running back Johnson. He only gets about 1 yard. Fack rolls there at the stop at the 27. Brings up 3rd and 3. Crowd here at Raymond James is starting the defense chant. Standing up. Can they get 3 consecutive 3-and-outs on this young Houston offense? Burrow breaks the huddle. Empty backfield behind him. Back to pass. Penalty flag on the play. And the pass is juggled. It's incomplete, but it doesn't enter anyway. There's holding on the offensive lineman, Hurst. So Moore couldn't hold on to the ball. It's incomplete. Tampa Bay declines the penalty, so it brings up 4th and 3. So another 3-and-out for Houston. And they are forced to punt. 8:46 to go here in the second quarter. Cook back to punt. Renfro standing at his own 35. He's going to have to chase this one back to his own 20. He signals fair catch. They're going to let the punt roll. And Houston's going to stop it at the Tampa Bay 23. 8:34 to go here in the second quarter. So clearly momentum is shifting towards Tampa Bay. Tom Brady breaking the huddle. 9 of 13, 107 yards, 1 touchdown on the evening so far. One running back, two tight end formation. Play action to Davis. Brady looking long again. Completes it to Ridley at the 45. And with that catch, Calvin Ridley breaks the 1,000-yard mark of the season. 1,016 yards for Calvin Ridley on 65 receptions and 13 touchdowns. Ball will be placed at the Houston 49. We got to take a look at that one again. Great play action performed by Brady. He's done it millions of times, probably. Or thousands of times, probably not millions. But ball will be placed at the Houston 49. We're wondering where that deep passing game was at. I guess Tampa Bay was just waiting to, like a Christmas present. They were going to unwrap it at the right time. Davis the lone setback behind Brady, who shifts to the pistol. 3 wide receivers set for the Bandits. Brady back to pass with time. Completes over the middle to Cup. He's got a first down. A little bit more. Finally brought down by Burris. Gain of 15 yards. We're about 7.5 minutes away now from halftime. And the ball will be placed to the Houston 34. Tampa Bay's offense beginning to roll here. Brady again from the pistol. Play action to Davis. Back to pass. Has time. Completes it to Ridley near the 20. Mullen with a vicious hit, but Ridley hangs on to the pigskin. 1st and 10 Tampa Bay. Ball at the Houston 20. Tampa Bay makes some substitutions. They go to the 2 tight end formation. Ham and Higbee are the tight ends. Back to pass. Over the middle, he was checking down to Davis, but it's incomplete. Davis didn't have his head turned around and couldn't see the pass was coming to him. Don't think he was the primary receiver on that route. Brings up 2nd and 10. After breaking the huddle, they'll go to a 3 wide receiver set. Brady standing in the pistol. Higbee shifts to the slot. Back to pass. Perfect protection. Flag on the play. Pass completed to Ridley near the 10, but he's going to be called for pass interference. Offensive pass interference against Calvin Ridley, and he can't believe it. He's having some interaction there with the referee, Sean Smith, but Sean Smith's not changing his mind. They're moving the ball back to the Houston 30. So it brings up 2nd and 20. Yeah, he pushed off. Can't do that, Calvin. So 2nd and 20 for Tampa Bay. Brady takes the snap, back to pass. Completes it to Cup near the 22. Burris spins him down. 9-yard gain. They'll mark the ball at the Houston 21. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Tampa Bay leads it 10-3, and they're looking to put some more points on the scoreboard here. 3rd and 11. Empty backfield behind Brady. Man in motion is Cup. Brady with time. Completes the pass to Cup at the 15. There's a flag on the play as Cup is brought down. And it's another penalty on Tampa Bay. Boy, if there's one negative thing we could say about the Bandits' performance so far tonight, it has been the penalties. That's their Houston's going to decline the penalty because the Tampa Bay did not make the first down. So it does bring up 4th and 4. And this time, left wedge is going to send out the field goal kicking unit. Again, Jason Sanders, perfect so far on the year. He's 23 of 23 in the field goal kicking department. Kick is up from 31 yards out, and it is good. Tampa Bay has a 10-point lead with 5:18 to go before halftime. And again, if you're just joining us, this is a must-win situation for the Houston Roughnecks. They need to win tonight. They win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, the Philadelphia Blitz gets that last playoff spot, and Houston will be sitting at home watching the playoffs on TV. Agnew back to receive the kick. This one's going to go into the end zone and out for another touchback. Ball will be placed at the Houston 20-yard line. Houston's having problems moving the ball. Last 3 possessions, they've gone 3 and out and have had to punt. Joe Burrow, former Heisman Trophy winner, national champion with LSU, facing some of his toughest competition so far this season in his short stint as starter. 2 tight end formation. Burrow back to pass. Completes it over the middle to Gronkowski at the 25. Finally brought down by Diggs at the 27. Houston would love to get a first down here. Burrow moves to the pistol. Johnson's now in at running back. Three wide receiver set for Houston. Burrow back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Long pass completed to Amendola at 45. Oh, but this one's going to come back. This one will come back. Holding on Simpson. First called penalty tonight on Houston. Puts the ball back at their own 17. 4:30 left to go here in the second quarter. Houston trails by 10, 13-3. That's a tough one. Burrow back to work. Throws a screen over to Johnson, but Johnson drops it right through his hands. So it brings up 3rd and 13. Kind of wondering if halftime can't get here fast enough for Houston to make some adjustments. Man in motion. Burrow from the pistol. Throws toward Amendola, but the ball is tipped by Whitehead. And once again, another 3 and out for Houston. They'll be forced to punt. 4:10 left to go here before halftime. Renfro takes the punt from his own 26. Finally brought down at the Tampa Bay 31. 4:05 left to go here in the second quarter. So first quarter, Houston, good first possession. Drove the field, forced to take a field goal. And then ever since then, though, Tampa Bay just, with each drive, each possession, you're starting to see them get better and better. Fournette in at running back now. He's at the top of the I formation. Fournette gets the handoff, goes off tackle right. Brought down by Smith at the 35. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. At halftime, we'll go over previous results from earlier today, how the season has ended for most teams, the teams who will not be going to the playoffs, and those who did clinch division titles. Today. We'll talk all about that at halftime. 2nd and 6, ball at the Tampa Bay 35. Davis back in at running back. Higbee will shift over to the slot formation. Brady back to pass over the middle to Higbee at midfield. Gardner Johnson with the tackle. Brady now 15 of 20 for 195 yards. 1st and 10. Ball at the midfield logo, which is 3:18 left to go. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts, and we have the 2-minute warning still coming up ahead. Brady will now line up under center. Play action to Davis. Brady's looking to go long again. Completes it to Cup at the 30. He's got room to run. Finally brought down near the 21. And for Cooper Kupp, that reception puts him over 1,000 yards. So it's Cooper Kupp on the season, 1,010 yards on 79 receptions, 10 touchdowns. Ball's officially marked at the Houston 21. And folks, I tell you, this Tampa Bay team could be peaking at the right time. They'll try to get another play off here before the 2-minute warning. Brady, forced to run, finally slides down at the 15. So he gains 6 yards. That will now officially bring up the 2-minute warning. Haven't seen Brady pressured a lot tonight. He can still run with the ball, though. Being 44 years old, he can still run the ball. So it brings up 2nd and 4, ball at the Houston 15. Empty backfield behind Brady. Back to pass. Pass time. Throws short, looking for Higbee, but the ball's knocked loose by Gardner Johnson. It's incomplete, brings up 3rd and 4. I have a feeling if Tampa Bay gets a touchdown here and holds Houston till halftime, Tampa Bay gets the ball again. This could be a long night for the Roughnecks. Third and 4. Brady from the gun. Back to pass. Has time. Throws over the middle to Renfro at the 5. He's in. Touchdown. Brady's 39th touchdown of the season on a medium slant to Hunter Renfro. And look out, folks. Here come the Tampa Bay Bandits. Beautiful pass. Renfro had his man beat. And with the point after attempt, the Bandits now lead at 20-3. Wow. Agnew back to get the kick, but this one, Sanders puts this one out of bounds. Oh. Don't want to give Houston any advantage here, but Tampa Bay just did with the kickoff going out of bounds. They're going to get some good field position there. Ball will be placed at the Houston 40. Minute 49 left to go. Houston has all 3 of their timeouts. Joe Burrow is going to try to work a little 2-minute magic here. Burrow from the pistol. Back to pass. Completes a short pass to Gronkowski at 45. Brought down immediately by Diggs. So just a gain of 5 yards. Burrow's going to go into hurry-up mode. Gets him to the line. Snaps the ball. Throws short to Agnew at the 40. And Jamal Agnew with his longest catch of the season, a 20-yard reception, sets up Houston at the Tampa Bay 35. Less than 90 seconds to go. Houston hurries up to the line. Back to pass. Completes it to Gronkowski at the 30. Just a gain of 4. Burrow hurrying him up to the line once again. Great protection. Throws another short pass to Gronkowski. Gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 2. And Houston will use their first timeout. So 49 seconds left. 3rd and 2. Ball's at the Tampa Bay 27. And if you're Houston, you really need to score here. You want to try to cut the lead to 10 because Tampa Bay will get the ball to start the second half. might entertain a thought about going for it on fourth down. I'm sure Romeo Crennel is thinking that as Joe Burrow heads back out to the field, calls the play. Back to pass. Looking for more, but he throws it a little bit too far ahead of him. It's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 2. And the decision is made. Houston will keep the offense out on the field. They're trailing by 17. This is for the playoffs. This is for either make the playoffs or you go home and wait until next September. Burrow breaks the huddle. 4 wide receivers set. Back to pass. With time. Completes it Amendola at the 20. Finally whipped down by Whitehead at the Tampa Bay 19. Quick timeout called. So Houston calls timeout. 39 seconds left. So they can regroup and plan what they want to run here. Cooks, Amendola, Moore, and Agnew are the wide receivers. Gronkowski's the tight end. Man in motion. Burrow being chased. Throws on the run. He's going to check down to Gronkowski, but it's incomplete. Burrow starting to feel some pressure there. Brings up 2nd and 10. 34 seconds left until halftime. Back to pass. Burrow looking. He's going to be forced to run. Slides down safely at the 8-yard line. Quickly, they want to save that timeout, so he hurries them to the line. Gets the play off in time. Burrow forced to run again. This time he's going to run in for a touchdown. Joe Burrow with an 8-yard touchdown run has put Houston in a very good position just before halftime. As time expires, I should add. There's no time left on the clock here in the second quarter. The blocking broke down, and Burrow goes for it. Critical point after attempt is good. So just when we thought Tampa Bay was starting to run away with things, Houston gets a good drive to end the second quarter. Joe Burrow kind of takes matters into his own hands, and they cut Tampa Bay's lead to 10. Tampa Bay's hoping there's not a repeat of last week when they played London. They jumped out to a big lead, and London nearly came back in that game. All right, so we're at halftime, and I've got a lot to go over with you here. Reviewing the first half and taking a look at the playoffs, who's in, who's out. And we'll go over that with you in just a moment. So that's our score at the end of the first half. Tampa Bay leads 20-10. If they hold on to the lead, Tampa Bay will get the 4th seed in the American Conference Division. The Eastern Conference Division. Got my conferences mixed up there. And they will be the 4th seed. And if the result holds, Houston will not make the playoffs. So a little bit of review of what happened earlier today. So some of the news from around the league. We started the day off. Philadelphia and Washington. Philadelphia needing to win. It's pretty much why there's so much national interest in our game here tonight. Philadelphia winning 30-10. Jimmy Garoppolo had come back from an injury. He started the game, and then in the second quarter has to leave the game due to a rib injury. So once again, Nick Mullen comes in, plays well, throws for 3 touchdowns, leads Philadelphia to a victory. So they're probably sitting at home tonight watching this game and rooting for Tampa Bay to win. Up in New York, the Toronto Hitmen defeated New York Generals 23-13. With that win, and with London's loss at Oakland, the Toronto Hitmen win the Metropolitan Division. They have the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. London drops to the 3 seed. As we mentioned, London lost on the road to Oakland. Patrick Mahomes, another great day, 26 of 38, 351 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oakland also qualifies for the playoffs as well. They don't win the Pacific Division, but they do qualify for the playoffs. And then some of the games where they were just finishing out the string of the season, 2 teams who will not be going to postseason. One of them is the defending Pantheon Bowl champions, the Arizona Wranglers. Gave it a go toward the end of the season, but it wasn't meant to be. They defeated Los Angeles 29-14. Mitch Trubisky got the start today. Went 30 of 45 for 266 yards and a touchdown. So the defending champion, it's happened before, maybe about 7 or 8 times in WFL history, where we've had the defending champion not make it. In Los Angeles, just after losing Dak Prescott to injury earlier in the season, the John Gruden controversy, it pretty much went downhill for Los Angeles. They finished the season at 4-10. They lost their last 7 games in a row. So the whole second half of the season was a disaster for the Extreme. Down in Mexico City, the Aztecs ended on a positive note. They defeated Las Vegas, who's going to the playoffs. They're going to be the number 2 seed. Mexico City wins 35-28. Mike Evans had a great day. 13 receptions, 178 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Denver finishes the season, unfortunately, losing at Memphis by a score of 31-17. Deshaun Watson, 27 of 39, 310 yards, 3 touchdowns. Memphis will be in the playoffs. A team who will not make the playoffs, but are on the clock now with the first overall pick for the 2022 draft. The San Antonio Commanders lose to Chicago, 35-26. The Fire were on fire the last half of the season. They won their last 5 games. Cam Newton has just been reborn this season after coming in and replacing Kyler Murray. Went 26 of 33 today, 335 yards, 2 touchdowns. In the passing department, he also had 1 rushing touchdown. Down in Birmingham, the Americans, even though they're not going to make the playoffs, they do defeat a Southern Division rival, Orlando, by a score of 30-27. It's interesting to note, after Orlando was the first team to win a division title, they clinched their division 3 weeks ago, and since then they've lost 3 straight games. So they are going to make the playoffs. They get a bye week, and maybe it's a must-need bye week. And then the game that originally was going to be our Sunday night game until all the things happened where we had a little bit more drama with this game. It was going to be St. Louis at Detroit. The Stars having no problems with the wheels. They win 23-10. Kirk Cousins, 30 of 41, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns. So that's how the teams are ending up. As we mentioned, San Antonio is going to have the first pick in the draft next season, so hopefully that helps them. So the current playoff scenario as it looks, the Western Conference is settled. St. Louis is the number 1 seed. Vegas, number 2. 3 seed is Memphis. 4 is Oakland. 5, Detroit. Chicago in at number 6. So we know those are in stone. Those aren't going to change. It's just the ones that are in the Eastern Conference I showed you a little bit earlier, we are not sure about. And just a quick plug for our 1967 Major League Baseball season. We will have another Saturday game of the week coming up soon. Great American League pennant race. Boston Red Sox will be hosting California Angels. So that will become. Make sure you subscribe so you can get wind of when that game comes on. All right, so we're going to dive into the second half of our game. Tampa Bay will get the ball. Houston looking to come back, and they need to win to make the playoffs. Hate to keep repeating it or sound like a broken record, but that's what has to happen. So hopefully we'll have an exciting end to tonight's contest. So the teams are back out on the field, and Harris is back to receive. He'll take it from 2 yards inside his own end zone. There's a fumble on the play. Oh, Tampa Bay fans, the heart starts racing a little bit quicker, but it is recovered by Higbee. So Tampa Bay holds on to the ball. So as we were mentioning earlier, some of the halftime statistics, Tampa Bay definitely the dominant team in this contest so far, just 7 yards shy of 300 total yards. Brady, 17 of 23, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns already on the night. What do they have in store for us here in the second half? I formation. Davis is the running back. He gets the handoff, and Adams brings him down at the 31. Gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8. Leonard Fournette into the game now at running back. And Fournette will get the handoff straight up the middle. He's got a first down, a little more. Finally brought down by Harmon. Tampa Bay 49. 18-yard gain for Leonard Fournette. Tampa Bay switching running backs almost every play now. Davis back into the game. Ball is near midfield. Davis gets the handoff. He's into Houston territory, picks up 8 yards, tackled by Smith at the Houston 43. Two tight end formation now for Brady. Davis, the lone running back. Play action pass. Brady looking over the middle for C.J. Ham, but it's incomplete. Tightly covered there by Smith. Brings up 3rd and 2. Take a look at the third down conversion rates from the first half. Houston only 1 of 7 on third down. Tampa Bay 4 of 8. Empty backfield behind Brady now. Brady back to pass. Completes it to Ridley at the 30. Calvin Ridley at 110 receiving yards today. So a gain of 16 yards. Ball will be placed at the Houston 27. The lack of depth at Houston secondary really becoming a problem now for the Roughnecks. Davis returns to running back. Brady back to pass. Screen to Davis. He's to the 25, near the 20. Smith spins him down at the 19. Gain of 8 yards. Brady now 19 of 26 for 263 yards. Brings up 2nd and 2. Play action. Brady with time. Oh, he was looking for McLaurin near side. McLaurin can't hang on to it. That would have been an easy 6 if he had held on to the ball. Brings up 3rd and 2. Fournette comes into the game now. He'll get the carry. Off tackle right. And he gets the first down. That was close. And I'm surprised Houston's not challenging that one because that was a close call. He gets the 2 yards, gets the first down. Tampa Bay on their first possession of the third quarter, driving down the field. Davis back in at running back. He'll get the call. Pitch right. Looking for room. Past the 20. Near the 15. And Davis is hurt. He's asking for to somebody to come in for him. He's grabbing the back of that left hamstring. Oh goodness. So it will be Leonard Fournette coming into the game now as Davis is getting that hamstring attended to on the sideline. Man, oh man, you hate to see that. So we'll have our sideline reporter check on that, and we'll try to get word back to you as soon as we know. Brady lines up in the pistol, 3 wide receivers set. Clement is the new running back now. 10th play of the drive, and there's a whistle, and it's false start on the offense. False start on the tight end Higbee. So they'll get backed up 5 yards to the Houston 19-yard line. Back in the pistol, Brady with time, looking. Pass is batted down in the line. I think Bledsoe got a hand on it. Brings up 3rd and 12. Tampa leading 20-10. Just over 10 minutes left to go here, 3rd quarter. Brady with time completes it to McLaurin at the 10. McLaurin reaches across. He's got the first down. Ladley wrapped him around the knees, but McLaurin was able to reach the 6-yard line, which is the first down. Just under 10 minutes to go. 1st and goal, Tampa Bay. I formation behind Brady. Fournette's the deep back. Fournette will get the handoff. He's near the goal line, and Byron Leftwich is throwing out the challenge flag. Tampa Bay thinks he got across the goal line, so they're going to challenge it. But the ruling from the instant replay folks in New York say no, didn't get there. They're going to mark the ball at the 1. Mark the ball at the 1. And let's see if they give it to Leonard once again. Leonard Fournette gets the carry. He's across the goal line. Push gets across the goal line. And we're an extra point away from Tampa Bay resuming a 17-point lead on Houston. So Tampa Bay gets the second half kickoff. Get to keep the ball for just over 5.5 minutes. Leonard Fournette scores from 1 yard out. So the word on Mike Davis was a hamstring. He's out for the rest of the game. And I have to see what his status is in the playoffs moving forward. Agnew is back to return for Houston. Takes it from his own goal line. Flag on the play, and this one's going to be brought back. There's an illegal block on Houston. So they'll get to start from their own 7 with 9 minutes left to go. Joe Burrow struggled for most of the first half. Had a good drive to end the first half with that touchdown run. 16 of 25, 104 yards. Has the 1 rushing touchdown. In fact, he's also the leading rusher. 2 carries for 19 yards and a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, the leading pass receiver with 6 receptions for 30 yards. Houston's only gained 124 yards so far tonight. Houston goes to the 2 tight end set. Gronkowski and Njoku are the tight ends. Burrow back to pass. Looking for Njoku, but it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. Johnson now in at running back. Burrow from the pistol, standing his own goal line, completes the pass to Amendola at 13. And there wasn't offsides on the defense, but I think Houston's going to decline it because they gained 6 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. Burrow back to pass. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's just too far ahead of him. It's incomplete. Oh, Houston struggling tonight on offense. The rookie trots back to the sidelines. Houston forced to punt. Logan Cook standing in his own end zone. Renfro near midfield. Gets a great return. A little bit of daylight there. Finally brought down at the Houston 47. Tampa Bay offense out once again. They are in their red uniforms, black numerals, silver helmets. They're moving right to left across your screen. A win tonight puts them in the 4th seed, and they will stay here and take on the New York Generals next week. Leonard Fournette back in the game. Mike Davis injured on the last drive. Hamstring injury, will not return. And flag, there's a false start. I think the center, Ryan Jensen, kind of double pumped the ball there. Can't do that. Move the ball back to the Tampa Bay 48. 8:43 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Clement comes in now at running back. Brady shifts to the pistol. Brady back to pass. Screen to Clement. He's past midfield. Past the Houston 45. Finally decked by Milano at the Houston 45. Tampa Bay's offense is rolling. They've gained 380 yards in net offense so far tonight. Brady from the pistol, back to pass, drifts to his right, being chased, tries to connect with Cup, but tipped by Burris. Brings up 3rd and 4. Man in motion. Brady looking. Completes it to McLaurin. Has the first down. Tackled by Gladney at the Houston 35. 7.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Tampa Bay in control of this one, leading 27-10. First and 10. 3-man wide receiver set. Brady over the middle to Clement. And we have an injured Tampa player. Samia is being taken out of the game. So the ball's at the Houston 30, 2nd and 5. Hand off to Fournette, off tackle right. He's met at the line of scrimmage by Mullen. They're going to credit him with a 2-yard gain, brings up 3rd and 3. Houston defense needs a stop here. Brady. Back to pass, looking for Ridley inside the 10. Tom Brady, his 40th touchdown of the season. That also puts him over the 300-yard passing mark for the day. Completes the touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley. And Philadelphia fans are cheering just as loud, as this probably means the Philadelphia Blitz are going to make the playoffs. Sanders' kick is up and good. And the Bandits are in cruise control. They lead at 34-10 with 6:16 remaining. And I'm looking over at the Houston sideline. Matt Ryan, the veteran quarterback from Boston College, is warming up. So Joe Burrow's day is done. So they will now look to the veteran, Matt Ryan, to try to lead a very difficult comeback for Houston. Matt Ryan was the starter until midway through the season. Joe Burrow was given the reins. Joe Burrow had a good run, and that all seems to have come to an end here tonight. Ryan lining up in the pistol. Flag on the play before he can get started. There's a false start on Hurst. So they'll back him up 5 yards. 6:09 left to go here in the third quarter. Houston trails by 24 points. Ryan once again from the pistol. Back to pass. Looking for Amendola, but he can't come up with it. Amendola and Desir went up for it, couldn't catch the pass. Brings up 2nd and 15. With time, Ryan completes to Cooks near the 40 and brought down by more, but it is good enough for a first down. Just under 6 minutes to go here, third quarter. Ryan with time completes it to Amendola in the midfield. And Amendola with a first down. In that last game against Washington, Amendola, 8 receptions, 127 yards, 1 touchdown. Gurley into the game now. Houston has not run the ball a lot, which is kind of surprising. Gurley gets the handoff. He'll gain about 3 yards. Bosa with the tackle at the Tampa Bay 45. Definitely a question we'd want to find out the answer to during the postgame. Gurley gets the handoff again. Bosa meets him at the 44. It's just a gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and 6. You got to think 4 down territory from here on. The rest of the way out for Houston. Empty backfield behind Ryan. Back to pass. Completes it to Cooks at the 35. He's got the first down. Moore brings him down by the ankles. Gain of 12 yards. Ball will be placed at the Tampa Bay 32. Ryan, 3 of 4 so far for 39 yards. Gurley back in the game at running back. Draw play to Gurley. He's met at the line by Ebukam. No gain. Brings up 2nd and 10. 2:11 to go in the third quarter. Ryan moves back to the pistol. Back to pass. He's in trouble. Bosa wraps him up. Sack. And Romeo Crennel cannot believe it. Brings up 3rd and 15. Ryan back to pass. Completes it to Moore at the 35. Only a gain of 3 yards. Brings up 4th and 12. But Houston is going for it. Down by 24. Ryan back to pass. Oh, and he couldn't hang on to it. Cooks had it and he couldn't hold on. Ball turned over on downs. Goes back to Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay gets the ball firmly in control. And this will be the last play of the third quarter. Play action to Clement. Brady back to pass. Fires over the middle to Ridley. Ridley with 154 yards pass receiving. And Tampa Bay's offense is not done as we end quarter number 3. They lead at 34-10. Houston with just 15 minutes to live. So there are the third quarter statistics, and as you can tell, not even close. Tampa Bay beginning to run away with it now. And we can go ahead and maybe pull up the wild card weekend slide with the current result at hand. The Tampa Bay Bandits will be here, Raymond James, next Saturday to take on the New York Generals. Then the late game, Saturday afternoon, will feature the Chicago Fire and the Memphis Express. Sunday, the Philadelphia Blitz. Seems like every season we see a team who, going into the final day or even the final game, gets a reprieve, or they get that break at the end. So this year it's Philadelphia Blitz. Last season it was the Los Angeles Express. This season will be the Philadelphia Blitz. They'll be heading across the Atlantic to face their Metropolitan Division rivals, the London Knights. Early game on Sunday. And then the late game on Sunday, Detroit Wheels at the Oakland Invaders. Possibly the last home game at the Oakland Coliseum. We've been following events. Oakland is not going to be building a new football stadium for the Invaders, so the Invaders will be moving. Rumor has it they're going to be going to Germany, maybe Berlin. So keep tuned during the off season for information on that. All right, we go to quarter number 4. Tampa Bay in control. Houston, it looks like their season is over, unless something were to change in the next 15 minutes. Fournette into the game at running back. He'll get the handoff, off tackle left, gets to about midfield, tackled by Hughes at the Houston 48. Davis went out with a hamstring injury about midway through the third quarter. Fournette now 9 carries for 42 yards. And Houston's going to call a timeout, something they didn't like in their defensive setup, so they're going to call a timeout. So they use their first timeout, 14:46 of the fourth quarter. I formation behind Brady. Fournette's the deep back. He'll get the handoff. He's going to go off tackle right. Maybe a yard, and that's about it. Brings up 3rd and 7 for Tampa Bay. Tom Brady will win the passing title based on his quarterback rating, and it came into the game with a 114.4 rating, and has done an amazing job tonight. He's at 40 touchdowns. He's also in the running for offensive MVP. We'll find out during the Gridiron Awards the night before the Pantheon Bowl. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. You get more information on that. 4 wide receivers set now for Tampa Bay. Brady with time. Looking for Cup, but it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down. And Tampa Bay, first time they've punted in a long time. Scott's going to try to angle this one inside the 20. Agnew's going to let this one roll inside the 5. And it'll stop at the 4-yard line. Joe Burrow started the game for Houston, struggled. End of the night, 17 of 28 for 110 yards. Matt Ryan came in to replace him. Trying to attempt a comeback. But that seems rather daunting at this point. Back in his own end zone, Ryan looks, fires for Amendola, incomplete. Desir on the coverage. Tampa Bay's defensive secondary and their linebackers have had to deal with some injuries, hoping to get some of those players back if they get to the divisional round. But they have stepped up tonight as well and contributing to holding Houston to just 10 points. Todd Gurley into the game now. He'll get the handoff, but I think he'll lose yards. Edmonds brings down Gurley at the Houston 3, brings up 3rd and 11. Gronkowski will move over to the slot. Ryan looking to pass, completes it to Gronkowski over the middle, and he's close to the first down. Referee gave him the first down, but I think Tampa Bay's going to challenge it. But they will be unsuccessful. So the play stands first down for Houston. Johnson the lone setback. Ryan looking for Pascal, incomplete. Ryan, 5 of 9 for 53 yards, 12:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Quick release by Ryan. Completes it this time to Pascal near the 25. They're going to say he's short of the first down. Houston will challenge the spot, and Houston will win the challenge. They get the first down. They do get one challenge left. They do have one challenge left. Brings up 1st and 10. Ryan completes the pass to Cooks for the first down, and they got it. Now they're going to go to hurry-up offense here. They'll go to hurry-up offense, try to do something a little different here. Ryan brings him up to the line, back to pass. Another completion to Pascal near the 45. We got an injured Tampa. Nope, Robinson's okay. Thought they were going to have to use a timeout there, but he's still staying in the game. Houston's going to hurry the play in. Ball's at the Houston 44, 2nd and 3. Ryan to Pascal again. Brought down at the Tampa Bay 42, 1st down. Pascal on the night, 6 receptions, 57 yards. Houston stays in the hurry-up. Back to pass. Another completion to Pascal, this time to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 3. Houston not giving up yet. Ryan with time, looking for Gronkowski at the 30. Gronkowski stopped by Diggs. Another first down for Houston. Ball will be placed at the Tampa Bay 29. 10:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Houston still in the hurry-up offense. Ryan to Cooks, incomplete. Not on the same page there. Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball's at the Tampa Bay 29. Ryan back to pass. There's a flag on the play. And someone on the defense jumped. So 5-yard penalty brings up 2nd and 5. Ball will be placed at the Tampa Bay 24. 10.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Tampa Bay is able to get some fresh players in now with the stoppage of play. Ryan from the pistol. Oh, he's in trouble. Robinson with the sack. So Ryan's been sacked for the 2nd time tonight. Ball will be placed at the Tampa 36. 3rd and 17. Ryan, again under pressure, completes the pass to Amendola to the 25. Brings up 4th and 6. Offense will stay out on the field. Just under 10 minutes to go in the game. Pass intended for Cooks is incomplete. 2nd straight turnover on downs by Houston. 9:10 left to go. 4th quarter. Tampa Bay will get the ball back at their own 25. And Tampa Bay is going to get an opportunity to run out some clock here and try to ice the game. Handoff to Fournette. He'll gain 3 yards. Smith will get the stop at the 28. With that carry, Tampa Bay has now run for over 100 yards on the ground. 23 carries, 101 yards. And Brady will probably get game MVP, I think. 342 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Tampa Bay taking their time. Fournette gets the call. Off tackle left. Met at the 30, but he pushes Gladney back to the 31. Brings up 3rd and 4. $8:17 to go, 4th quarter. Brady with time completes it to Ridley. 1st down. Ridley, season high 160 yards pass receiving. And Tampa Bay gets a fresh set of downs. Down to 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Tampa Bay on their way to a playoff appearance. They will be here next week against the New York Generals. Fournette gained 3 on that play, brings up 2nd and 7. Ball's at the Tampa Bay 40. Call to Fournette again. Gets across the 40. Smoot whips him down at the 43, brings up 3rd and 4. Houston will not make the playoffs, but the future looks promising. Joe Burrow have another year under the system. They will have another high draft pick to add to the team. You also have to think if Nick Chubb had not gotten hurt too. The team only ran 7 times for 25 yards in this game. So a factor down the way to consider. But they're cheering in Philadelphia. The Blitz took care of business earlier today, and they'll be traveling to London to take on the Knights next Sunday in the wild card round. 3 wide receivers set for Brady as they're bleeding clock now. Back to pass, has time, completes it to Higbee at midfield, 1st down. Ball will be placed at the Houston 49. And also, some questions will need to be answered about the head coaching position for Houston. Romeo Crennel seemed to hint that this was a caretaker role that he would do. Some people believe the defensive coordinator, Lovie Smith, will be taking over the reins next year. So a lot will be determined for Houston over the offseason. Some decisions that will need to be made as they head into 2022. As Tampa Bay tries to spin some clock here, we're down to nearly 5 minutes to go. Hand off to Fournette. That was his 15th carry of the game. Gets about a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. 4.5 minutes to go in the contest. Fournette's going to go to the sideline to get a quick breather. And he'll be replaced by Clement. And Clement will gain 2 yards, brings up 3rd and 7. We saw Tampa Bay at New York, I believe, in week 2 or 3 of Monday Night Football earlier this season. That was a really good game. So we'll get a rematch of that game next Saturday. That'll be the first game that we see in Wild Card Week, and all of our playoff games for the WFL will be on the Replay Sports channel. So make sure to check us out. 3rd and 7 for the Bandits. As I don't think any of the Tampa Bay fans have left here. They're all staying to enjoy and celebrate this achievement of reaching the playoffs. Brady from the gun, back to pass. Completes it to Ridley at the 35. Ridley on the day, 10 catches, 173 yards. And the clock continues to roll. For those of you unfamiliar with WFL history, Tampa Bay is a charter member. They've been one of only a few teams that have been with the league since its inception in 1978. And they've only won 1 title, and that was back in 1982. So for these fans, Tom Brady coming to the team last year and getting them to the playoffs in his 2nd year with the team, despite all the controversy with Urban Meyer, who is now the former head coach of the team. Tampa Bay might be peaking at the right time. It's all about when you peak. Start the season great, but then you might hit a funk. Things go wrong. It's all if you hit your stride late in the season. It seems teams that do that tend to go far in the playoffs. And Tampa Bay might be one of those teams. 2:56 to go in the 4th quarter. Fournette gets the carry up the middle, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go here from Tampa. Bandits in the driver's seat. Houston will be going home. There will be no playoffs for the Houston Roughnecks. So 2nd and 8. Yeah, I figure we just got a few more plays to go here, and this is going to be done. Leonard Fournette, with that carry, gets 64 yards on the day. 6-yard gain. And they're going to try to pick up the first down here, and then they can just kneel down and end the game. And Fournette gets the first down. That's going to do it. Kudos to Byron Leftwich, who was the offensive coordinator for this team, still does call the plays with Tom Brady, but had to take on the head coaching role about a week ago after Urban Meyer was fired. And Tom Brady's going to do a couple of kneel downs here, and that's going to about do it. As the Tampa Bay Bandits are going to the playoffs And congratulations to the Philadelphia Blitz, who, with this result tonight, they too will be in the playoffs. Tom Brady with another kneel down. And that is going to do it. That'll be the last play of the game. Final score from Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The Bandits 34, the Roughnecks 10. So just as a reminder, the playoffs are set. We know wild card weekend next Saturday from here, Tampa Bay, the Bandits will host the New York Generals. The Western Conference, Chicago Fire will visit the Memphis Express. Then on Sunday, the Philadelphia Blitz, who have officially qualified for the playoffs, will visit the London Knights. And then our final game of wild card weekend, the Detroit Wheels will pay a visit to Oakland. It'll be Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. It should be a great game. All of our playoff games you'll be able to catch from Wild Card to the Pantheon Bowl here on the Replay Sports Channel. I'm Glenn Walker. Thank you again for taking some time to watch some football. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think of the game. Have a great night.